Hello everyone, good evening. Welcome to show number 42 of Singer-Songwriters, my favorites. Going to do 3 songs from Doc Watson, fantastic musician, guitar player, holder of traditional memories, and born in North Carolina. Doc lived from 1923 to 2012. His real name? Arthel. A-R-T-H-E-L. I kind of like that. My middle name is Arthur. Pretty close. But apparently at one of his early shows, one of the DJs that was hosting it said, that's kind of a hard name to remember. You need a new name. And with the last name of Watson, and I think a connection with Sherlock Holmes, somebody in the audience shouted out, "Call him Doc!" I think, after Dr. Watson. And it stuck. So, all right. 7 Grammy Awards. What an authority on traditional music. So I'm going to start out with a traditional song that he did, sometimes called the Big River Blues, or he called it Deep River Blues. Let it rain, let it pour, let it rain a whole lot more, 'cause I've got them deep river blues. Let the rain drive right on, let the wind sweep along, 'cause I've got them deep river blues. My gal Sal's a good old pal, she walks just like a waterfowl. I've got them deep river blues. I know one for me, and the fish all go out on a spree, 'cause I've got them deep river blues. Give my back my old boat, I'm gonna sail her if she'll float, 'cause I'm got them deep river blues. Going back to Muscle Shoals, times are better back there, I'm told, 'cause I got them deep river blues. If my boat sinks with me, I'll go down, don't you see? 'Cause I got them deep river blues. Now I'm gonna say goodbye, and if I sink, just I got them deep river blues. Ain't no one to cry for me, and the going on spree, 'cause I got them deep river blues. All right, a great song that he does amazing finger picking, just improvisation and solos on a great traditional song, Deep River Blues. So, all right, next is kind of a humorous, popular song that Doc didn't write, but he sure has by far the best version, I think. This is going to be the Tennessee Stud, written by Jimmy Driftwood, famous for also writing the Battle of New Orleans. For the Battle of New Orleans, he took a traditional Irish tune that had become part of the kind of country mountain bluegrass repertoire called the 8th of January, and tune that I like to play, traditionally as well, and always give a shout out to our friend Teo, because he was born on January 8th. So here we go with Jimmy Driftwood's Tennessee Stud. About 1825, I left Tennessee very much alive. Never would have made it through the Arkansas mud if I hadn't been riding on the Tennessee Stud. Had a little trouble with my sweetheart's pa. One of her brothers was a bad outlaw. Sent her a letter by her Uncle Fudd, and I rode away on the Tennessee Stud. Tennessee stud was long and lean, the color of the sun, and his eyes were green. He had the nerve and he had the blood, and there never was a horse like Tennessee stud. Drifted down to no man's land, across that river called the Rio Grande. Raced my horse with the Spaniards full, and I won me a pocket of silver and gold. Me and the gambler, we couldn't agree. Got in a fight over Tennessee. Jerked our guns and he fell with a thud, and I rode away on the Tennessee stud. Tennessee stud was long and lean, the color of the sun, and his eyes were green. He had the nerve and he had the blood, and there never was a horse like Tennessee stud. I got as lonesome as a man could be, dreaming of in Tennessee. Tennessee stud's green eyes turned blue, 'cause he was thinking of his sweetheart too. So we loped back on across Arkansas, whooped her brother and I whooped her pa. I found that girl with the golden hair, and she was riding on the Tennessee mare. Stirrup and side by side, we crossed those mountains and the valleys wide. Came to Big Muddy and we forded the flood on the Tennessee mare and the Tennessee stud. Pretty little baby on the cabin floor, little horse caught playing round the door. I love the girl with the golden hair, and the Tennessee stud loves Tennessee mare. Tennessee stud is long and lean, the sun in his eyes are green. Nerve and he had the blood, and there never was a horse like Tennessee stud. Oh, what a great song. Really fun to do. Took me a long time to memorize it. It's basically got 4 verses, but each verse is doubled, so it's like 8 verses, and tells quite the story. So I think that's my favorite Doc Watson song. But so some of you probably know that Doc had a son that he performed with for many years, Merle. His full name was Eddie Merle Watson. He was named after Eddie Arnold, a great country performer who actually had a hit version of the Tennessee Stud. And then Merle Travis, a singer-songwriter that I featured a month or 2 ago from Kentucky, invented Travis picking. That was basically a big inspiration for Doc Watson. So unfortunately, Merle died in a tragic farm accident in 1985. And for many, many years, Merle Fest has been a big event in North Carolina that thousands of people come to celebrate traditional music and bluegrass. So, all right, this last song is a beautiful song. It was written by Doc Watson and his wife, Rosa Lee. It's called Your Long Journey. You might be familiar with it because several other people have recorded it, most notably Raising Sand, the collaboration between Alison Krauss and Robert Plant that T-Bone Burnett put together. They do a gorgeous version of this song. So I also recommend the version by Red Molly, and I'm sure there's other ones too. So kind of like Johnny and Jim, Rosa and Doc died very close to each other. So Doc died in May of 2012, and Rosa passed away at Thanksgiving of that year. So.
And if you're going to talk about Robert Plant, you have to say the story about Darrell, which is...
I'm not allowed to.
Oh, it's a secret.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I better not.
Yeah, Sandy wanted to add another story, but that's for another time. So, yeah. So, all right. So, I have with me, it's called Your Long Journey, and I'm give my best version of this. It's much better as a duet, so... see the night so long without you, my love. And as God calls for you, and I'm left alone, but we will meet in heaven above. Oh, my darling, my darling, my heart breaks as you take your long journey. Fond memories I'll keep of the happy days that on earth we trod. And when I come, we will walk hand in hand, and one in heaven in the family of God. Oh, my darling, my darling, my heart breaks as you take your long journey. Oh, my darling, oh, my darling, my poor heart breaks as you take your long journey. All right, great song by Doc and Rosalie Watson, Your Long Journey. Thanks for listening tonight, and hope you wish you lots of great music and good times now and in the future. Hope everybody's doing great. Next up, coming up soon. Let's see. Today's Friday. That'll be Sunday night. I'm doing George Jones, No Show Jones, the old possum. Great interpreter of songs. I'm going to do, let's see, what was voted the #1 country song of all time, He Stopped Loving Her Today. And I'll also be doing She Thinks I Still Care and The Race Is On. So hope you're all well. Take care. Thanks for listening. And see you.